everybody, welcome back. This is just report number 2. Again, these aren't going to be very long videos, just kind of an after-action report. So this is my first game of playing the Civil War Brigade series, and at first I thought, seems like it's going to really be a grind, but it doesn't take long to start having problems with your brigades. So I like that. I just thought it was going to take, there's no way these guys here in Hill's division could deal with all this here, but there's some things I've learned already. This is the 3 p.m. turn. This is the start of the 3 p.m. turn for the Confederates, so they haven't went yet. So they moved up here and did some defensive fire earlier in the last video I told you about. Didn't hardly do anything. This time they racked on them pretty good. This is Peck's brigade and Couch's division. They ended up getting disorganized and falling back 2 hexes and having more stragglers, but they then rallied to Shaken. Up here, we had Wessels, who's been engaging Garland, and so far Garland pushed the artillery back, which is unlimbered, and kept fighting, and now he's pushed Wessels back and done some damage. So not a lot to show you. It's going to be the Confederate turn, so I think we're going to bring up, we got another brigade here. We got Rains, so we're going to be able to scooch up in here and do some attacking here. Not sure if I want these guys just to sit on the flank and protect this gun or what I want to do yet. It'll kind of, I'm hoping this turn that some of these divisions up here will get released. So we got like whatever it is, a 1 in 6 chance, like 16% or whatever that is. But anyway, I was pretty impressed here that they slammed in. So this was Wessels got attacked by Rains. I'm sorry, Garland. This is Rains down here. He's going to move up and help the attack. And then this brigade down here was Rhodes, and Rhodes had slammed into Peck, his brigade. And they drove this big one back. It occupied here, here, and here, and they drove them back. And then, like I said, I thought this was going to be a lot more of a grind, because I was like, how are they going to cause problems for all these Union? Well, here's how. So if you look at Peck, he's 3 away from being wrecked. But this is the bigger thing right here. So Wessels, who's been fighting up here, right? I'm like, man, there's a lot of dudes up here. Well, Casey's division is already wrecked because one guy got wrecked. So I'm like, oh, well, that's how we're going to have problems, is because of really easy to become wrecked. So they got these little cool markers so you can put the circles and the X's and the. So I already started reading the rules again just to refresh myself on how you get stragglers back. So I can see where brigades get beat up pretty quick. I mean, it was, I guess, what was that? I think the game started at turn 130. So this is an hour and a half of fighting. Well, it wasn't all fighting. Let's say an hour of fighting. I think we had 2 turns where they were engaged. So an hour of fighting, and that brigade's already wrecked. So that's fascinating. And let me just show you, before I end the video here, I'll show you the Confederates. They're having a little bit of trouble. They're losing some firepower, but they're not wrecked or anything yet. And if you look, here's what I'm learning, right? So if you look down here, this is Huger's division. I'm sorry, that's not what I want. I want D.H. Hill's division right here. He has to have 2 of his guys have issues. 2 of his brigades get wrecked before he gets wrecked as a division. Now, we're getting close. I mean, I'm kind of amazed at how fast the stragglers, but I'm seeing here where the nuance is built into the system, where the Confederates seem to have a little more staying power with casualties. Or, like, see if we can put these together real quick. It just feels weird doing a really short video, but it's also kind of nice. So if we compare these, I mean, what do we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 2, 4, 6, 8. Well, it's similar. I guess Peck just took a little bit more of a beating, but he's not the one in trouble. This guy only took, what did he take, 7 losses? Now he has 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, he's a demorale, so he's got, 5 stragglers on there too. So he can get those back. and we can unwreck this. But I'm kind of digging that. I'm kind of digging how I'm going to have to learn how to pull brigades out. You just can't fight until there's nothing left, and start using reserves, right? So I got some reserves here. So it's going to be an interesting thing to learn. And same with the Confederates. They're only going to be able to push the attack. I guess I want to do a little bit of reading on that and see how long a brigade would be effective in the field if they were, some severe fighting or something. How long could they last? An hour, half an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours? I mean, I know that's kind of arbitrary because there's all kinds of factors there, but I just thought it was interesting. So the main things that happened here is Garland is pushing with his brigade and getting on this flank here. Now, there's a lot of troops here, and he's got guys here, but he's cleared out this whole area right here, this whole area, and then down here is Rhodes, I believe. I don't. I wish these didn't have the shaken counters. I know that in the line of battle you can right click and it puts a SH on the counter. I'm kind of spoiled by that because I like to see the brigades on here, but whatever. So these guys ended up getting shaken, but they cleared out all of this minus this gun because they had fired on the brigade here. So, they're pushing the attack and maybe looking at getting on here and getting on a flank. And then if we can follow up with Rains here, and I'm really thinking, I don't know, this seems like a waste to me to have a whole brigade protecting 5 points worth of guns, but it is what it is. So we'll see. I might move up and test the water there a little bit, but he's kind of isolated too. But anyway, so that is through the 2:30 turn. So we're just starting the 3 p.m. turn. So I will probably play a turn or two. It's just going to depend on how much happens. Like here, I thought I'd like to explain because there's a lot of movement. Like these guys fell back. I want to say they fell back 1. Yeah, because I think they were right here. Yeah, they were right here, and they fell back 1 to there. These guys had to fall back 2. Yeah, so when it gets to be that much stuff, and like I said, I'm not doing a whole turn thing. I might do log files so I can click through it real quick and show you because I'm used to doing log files. So I think I might go back to that. But anyway, so that's report number 2, and I'll get back to you with the 3 and the 3:30 turn or somewhere in that vicinity on the next video. So thanks for joining.